episode, you saw how a dictatorial family destroyed North Korea, a country filled with natural beauty and resources. This country is unique in the sense that most of its population wants to live and settle elsewhere because under the dictatorship of Kim Jong Un, even the basic necessities of life are unavailable to its citizens. Today, in this special episode of Explainer, we will see how North Korea came into existence and how, under its erratic dictator Kim Jong Un, it has become a place unfit for living due to a worldwide sanctions. If we turn the pages of history, we find that during World War II, unified Korea was under Japanese occupation. When the Japanese army retreated in 1944 after being defeated by the Soviet army, which is also known as the USSR, which was part of Allied forces, Korea's northern part came under the Soviet control. At the request of another Allied member, the United States, Soviets stopped after occupying half of Korea. Then in 1945, the Yalta Agreement was signed, according to which Korea was divided into two parts. Thus, the northern part of Korea came under the USSR and the southern part came under the United States. In August 1948, the Republic of South Korea was established in the southern part, and in September 1948, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea was founded in the northern part. Once they became separate countries, enmity grew between them. In 1950, North Korea's army attacked South Korea. In 1953, the Korean Armistice Agreement brought a ceasefire, but no official peace treaty was ever signed. On paper, this war is still ongoing. So far, approximately 3 million people have died in this war. Interestingly, after the war, North Korea benefited greatly from economic aid and expertise provided by countries like China, Soviet, and Indonesia. Initially, under the leadership of Kim Il-sung, North Korea established its unique identity on the global level. By the 1960s, its economic growth was higher than that of South Korea. However, after that, Kim Il-sung's dictatorship began in North Korea. The country received significant aid from the USSR, but in 1991, the collapse of Soviet Union led to a severe decline in North Korea's economy. From 1994 to 1998, North Korea faced a famine and its population suffered from malnutrition. In contrast, despite multiple coups and elections, South Korea, which remained in America's good books, continued to make economic progress. Today, South Korea's mixed economy is the 13th largest in the world in terms of GDP. South Korea is a global leader in electronics and automobiles. Brands like LG Electronics, Samsung, Hyundai, and Kia are world renowned. South Korea was also one of the few countries, including India, that managed to avoid the global financial crisis of 2007 and 8. Meanwhile, North Korea's misfortune began. After the collapse of Soviet Union, aid from Russia stopped. North Korea had been developing nuclear weapons with Russia's help, which led to increased regional tensions. During this time, in 1994, Kim Il-sung died of a heart attack. His successor, Kim Jong Il, declared not 1 but 3 years of national mourning, sending a clear message to the world that while democracy would exist only in name, it would be Kim Jong Il's rule that prevailed. Under pressure from the US, Kim Jong Il suspended the nuclear program and signed an agreement with the US President Bill Clinton in 1994. The entire scenario changed when George Bush became the US President in 2001. He directly declared North Korea a threat to the world peace. In response, North Korea resumed its efforts to acquire nuclear weapons. On October 9, 2006, North Korea announced that it had conducted its first nuclear test. Despite the constant presence of American troops in South Korea, which North Korea viewed as a threat, it continued its nuclear program and its tensions with South Korea despite international sanctions. On December 17, 2011, Kim Jong Il also died of a heart attack. His youngest son, Kim Jong Un, was declared his successor. Despite international pressure, North Korea continued its nuclear arms development, which includes hydrogen bombs and intercontinental missiles capable of reaching United States. In 2017, after Donald Trump became the US president, Kim Jong Un, under the pressure from international sanctions, held meetings with Trump and South Korean President Moon Jae-in. The world believed that North Korea was coming on the right path and that both Korean states would reunite just as West and East Germany had done in 1990 by tearing down the Berlin Wall after being divided post-World War II in 1949. It was a similar case in Korea. However, in North Korea, democracy existed only in name and dictatorship ruled under Kim Jong Un. How could a dictator like Kim Jong Un allow Korea to reunite when it would mean losing his power? The entire world is currently tense due to the Russia-Ukraine war. But in 2022, North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un made his country the third after Russia and Syria to recognize the independence of the separatist Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republic in eastern Ukraine. In September 2022, Russia purchased millions of shells and rockets from North Korea for its invasion of Ukraine. By 2024, North Korea also sent its laborers to Russia, which was facing a workforce shortage due to the war. Now, according to reports, Kim Jong Un has sent his soldiers to assist Russia in the war. By keeping enmity with the US, North Korea is becoming a participant in war that, if not ended soon, could escalate into a third world war. North Korea is about 5,000 kilometers away from India. There are trade and diplomatic relations between India and North Korea. India is one of North Korea's largest trade partners. Even so, India has repeatedly condemned North Korea's nuclear program and tests. India believes that North Korea's nuclear program is a threat to the regional security. During the COVID-19 pandemic, India provided North Korea with $1 million in medical aid. In 2022, after North Korea's crops were destroyed by floods, the country requested rice from India. Despite all this, unstable North Korea remains a threat to India. India's relations with China are strained, and since North Korea is an ally of China, it will always support China. Furthermore, North Korea's long-range intercontinental missiles can reach the United States, and India is much closer in comparison. That is why India always supported any peaceful agreement between North and South Korea. India has made it clear that it supports the reunification of Korea. A united Korea would likely not pose the same threat to the world as the dictator Kim Jong Un does. In any case, the world needs a peaceful, united Korea, not a dictator like Kim Jong Un. The sooner the two Koreas reunite, the better it will be for the world peace. That's all for today's episode of Explainer. I hope you have gained valuable insights into the complex history and present-day challenges of North Korea under Kim Jong Un's regime. If you are interested in learning more about other pressing global issues, be sure to check out our previous episodes where we have covered topics like China-Taiwan tensions, the Balochistan conflict, first part of North Korea, and also about the defense systems of Israel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
रितम मीडिया की नई ऐप आ गई है। जी हाँ, देश की उभरती हुई बहुभाषी मल्टीमीडिया रितम ऐप का नया वर्जन लॉन्च कर दिया है। इस नए अपडेट के साथ मिलेंगे आपको ढेर सारे मजेदार फीचर्स। जैसे ही आप ऐप खोलेंगे, आपको सबसे ताजी खबरों का सेक्शन लेटेस्ट न्यूज मिलेगा। इसमें आप देश दुनिया की हर खबर PIH और देख सकते हैं। साथ ही दिस डे इन हिस्ट्री में जानिए इतिहास की खास बातें। रितम मीडिया ने खास आपके लिए टीवी और वेब सीरीज सेक्शंस जोड़े हैं। अब देखिए अलग अलग न्यूज चैनल्स और मजेदार कहानियां। और हाँ, सिटीजन जर्नलिज्म को बढ़ावा देने के लिए वीडियो सेक्शन भी है। यहाँ आप अपने इलाके की बातें सब तक पहुँचा सकते हैं। खासकर महिलाओं और युवाओं के लिए भी अलग अलग टैब्स हैं, जो उनकी पसंद और जरूरतों को ध्यान में रखकर बनाए गए हैं। तो अब इंतजार कैसा? फटाफट गूगल प्ले स्टोर या iOS पर जाइए और रितम ऐप डाउनलोड कीजिए। सबसे पहले पाइए अपडेटेड न्यूज।